Am I audible? Is it fine? Okay. Welcome to the chamber.
While we are standing, can we just pray together? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. You may be seated. Stuur hem toch van mij aan toe, man. Ja, ja, tjie, daar kom ik hier eens. Good morning, Honorable Deputy Mayor, Councillor Venus. Good morning, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Councillor Amanda Groenewald. Good morning, Honorable Member of Management, Councillor Lalani. And good morning, Honorable Councillor Mara Bekes. Good morning, CEO, our PRO, Ms. Desiree Tennyson, and also our Administrator, Antora. And also to my PA, Mr. Ricky and Jafat, good morning. And good morning, a warm good morning to our community of Rehbof. We were blessed by rain this morning, and I believe we will have a blessed day and also a blessed week for those who are traveling. Safe travels always, and those that is working here in Rehbof and also at home. May your week be blessed. By that, we will then move into our agenda point for the day. We already opened by prayer, and I did a welcoming as well. Number 2, adoption of the agenda of the meeting of the council of 28 July 2025. Number 3, can we please adopt the agenda? Is there any additional points before we adopt the agenda? CEO?
Thank you, Worship. I would just like to indicate that the petition by Block H members under point 9 is now open for discussion in this council meeting, and it is an addition on that one. And then under two recommendations, no, under new matters, Department of Corporate Affairs and Human Resource Development. We have it's probably a discussion, but it has to go under, it can, the chairperson can decide whether it can be discussed under in camera or here, but it is the matter of the town planner, Harmonic Town Planning Consultants, requesting a reimbursement claim for planning and surveying at engineering works at Hillside Proper and Extension. I probably think this is well deserved for in camera if council agree. But it is under, for discussion matters, it's still under 11.4, 11.5.6. And then, okay, this is just for information. That the last point is just for information which I will have to convey to the council under information and communication under point 5 presumably.
Thank you, CEO. Councillors, can we accept as what the CEO advised? Also to adopt the agenda for the day. Okay, with what he said. Councillor Lalani proposed. Any secondment, councillors? Any secondment? Councillor Amanda Groenewald seconded. Then we move on to point number 3, application for leave of absence and declaration interest by members of the council. 3.1, application for leave of absence. I believe none.
Thank you, Worship. Although the staff members are not prone to become meeting attendees and so on. But the input as advisory level is still regarded as essential, so the leave of absence should be noted also. Mr. Tron, Mr. Muhembo, and Mrs. Abrams are currently at an training with the consultants, Vigil Consulting Services, on the preparation and the verification on the IPSAS discrepancies, and then the audit discrepancies or the audit recommendations that was made during the 2020-2021 audit financial statements. So they are now with a consultant in training to verify all the discrepancies and the queries that was leveled in order to report by Friday, and then to submit the essential information that was requested by the Parliamentary Standing Committee by Monday the 4th. That is where they are. That is why they are not here.
Thank you, CEO. Then we move on then to point 3.2, declaration of interest by members of the council. Any points where members are perhaps must declare their interest? None. Then we move over to number 4, confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting of the council. 4.1, confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting of the council. CEO, at 4.1.2, there's no 4.1.2 on the special council meeting that was held. Shouldn't that minutes also be reflecting on this agenda? Because I don't see it here.
Your Worship, I agree. There is the special council minutes that is also it need to be confirmed here, and also the minutes of the budget special council meeting on the budget approval that also needs to be confirmed today.
Is it confirmed here or in camera on the confirmation of the in-camera agenda?
It's only the confirmation of the minutes, and it probably can be under in camera the one of the budget. And then the other one, there was one on the request by education.
Yes.
There was also a meeting held, a special council meeting held on the request by education. That also needs to be confirmed.
Okay. Okay, just make sure, because I don't think so, but can you just make sure, Dora, that Salome can just bring it and we can also just accept it under the in-camera agenda, because we just need to confirm the minutes. So it's already went out, that's why it was a special meeting, so delegations was already given. So therefore, can you just ask Salome just to print it out so that we can accept it in the, then we can edit in the in-camera and then just accept it there as well. If that's okay, Mr. CEO, I think.
Yes, Your Worship.
Okay. Then we can go through the minutes. I believe, is there any amendments? Then you can just raise by hand, raising of your hand, and then for corrections, or perhaps wrongly minuted.
Worship.
Councillor Lalani.
Page 16, the table of the presentations there, Groenewald farming is left out. I don't know, is it the admin error of what is page 16? Is it 26? Yeah, page 26.
Page 26 of the agenda of the
Yes.
confirmation of minutes.
26.
Page 26.
Yes.
Mine is taking my agenda, is glitching now, yeah. Councillor Vicky, can you just open for us there? Okay, yeah, there is.
26. It's not listed.
Okay. CEO, are you able to open yours to see? Can we perhaps have that board on, Jabvat, or someone, so that we can also just see or view the agenda on the board as well for us when there's a glitch perhaps, so that we can just read from there as well. Yeah, on the screen, yeah. Because mine doesn't want to open now. It's taking long. I believe it's the network. The network is slow and it's hanging. Page 26, on the presentations that was done, I can see that the companies listed, Groenewald company is excluded. Is there any reason for it to be excluded, CEO, or is it just in the...
Your Worship, it's an omission. It was supposed to be part of the list. I had a discussion with the acting LED officer also this morning. It is supposed to be part of this list because it has been handled by the local economic development committee even this last week, where they made recommendations. All of these points are now, all of these discussions made at the last committee which they had last week. Because last week Mrs. Besser and the team had a meeting regarding all these presentations, and they are prone to be submitted now for final recommendation and approval to the next management and council meeting. Because, and then that specific that one was also discussed at the LED committee meeting. So it must be added to this list as an because
Okay, can administration, can you just add that point there on the minutes? Any other amendment on the minutes? None. Then can we confirm the minutes with the amendment and the edited addition? Can we then accept the confirmation of minutes as such? Proposed by Councillor Lalani, seconded by Councillor Mara. Then we will move on to our next point of the agenda, which is point number 5. Official, yes, you.
sorry for taking you back, Your Worship, but the absence of Councillor Jackie and Councillor Groenewald, Amerslag, sorry, it should be noted. I think somebody was supposed to indicate whether they would have been here, what the motivation was for the absence and so on.
I believe I didn't receive any absentee. I just believe that there will be a delay in time. That's why I didn't make the announcement yet. Because I was just communicated to say that there will be a delay in time. Councillors will come in. Perhaps if at a certain point, if they're not here, then we will then just make the announcements of them being absent. Is it okay by that? All right. Then we move over then to point number 5, official announcement, statements and communication. I'll give over to the CEO. CEO?
Thank you, Worship. I think the only announcements that I'm having is in regard with a letter that we received from the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. It's actually a request, but normally this request is just for note-taking, where they request to conduct a reconnaissance survey at our premise for the installation of our temporary seismic array in Hartap and Aras regions. The Geological Survey of Namibia Department under the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy operates and manages the National Seismological Network of Namibia. So currently, the network consists of 10 permanent seismic stations. The main objective of the seismological network is to record and monitor earthquake occurrences countrywide and regionally to identify areas that are prone and vulnerable to earthquake activities. The seismic data recorded aids in improving the understanding of the Earth's subsurface for land use planning, earthquake preparedness, response and decision making. Subsequently, this will facilitate future research works in the field of seismology in Namibia. The Geophysics Division within the Geological Survey of Namibia will conduct a seismic survey in the southern part of Namibia by installing 10 temporary seismic stations for a period of 1 year from June 2025 to July 2026. The objective is to acquire seismic data to improve, characterize the seismic profile of the region for several scientific applications such as land planning, land use planning, and seismic hazard assessments. For the project to be a success, the Geological Survey of Namibia humbly requests assistance from the community to allow the temporary stations to be installed for data acquisition to carry out routine maintenance of the equipment every 2 months. I think that is also in line with the Meteorological Service, which also have what is it, a sort of a station here in our yard. So it's just sort of a note taking that they are going to put up something in order to make sure that if there's any seismic appearances in terms of earthquake and so on, they will be able to notify and see what happened. That is more or less all from my side, Your Worship. I don't think I have. Then, oh yes, I've just received a note. We almost forget the opening of the Dr. Hage Kaingop Drive on Sunday, 3rd of August, 1400 hours. That has been communicated by the PR office through the office of the previous First Lady, Her Excellency Monica Kangos, and they have also communicated through the office to the PRO's office and through our office for the list of attendees which they want to be there. Currently, the PRO office and Councillor Jackie and those support staff are busy working on the event to be successfully completed by Sunday. All the required guests and those people that has to be RSVP will be informed. The councillors will be informed. One of the conditions set by Excellency is that the full council should at least be there, the councillors, and then the regional councillors, and then the designated staff. Even the governor was informed, and the governor will receive, or did also receive, an invitation to attend. We might have to bear with the office of the PRO and some of our officers said it's been quite a struggle, and it's been quite very sometimes difficult to facilitate the whole process. But in time, everything will be a success. The event will take place at the Rehbold High School premises, and from there on, everything will be conducted. We are also looking at the current minor maintenance of some structures of the road to see what we can do in terms of the uphealth of the infrastructure as it's supposed to be. So any other information can be required or requested from the office of the PRO. Any information that people might want to know further on what will happen this Sunday or what needs to be done can be conducted through the office of the PRO. The announcements of the winners for Kwela Dorp van die Jaar shall always also be broadcast on Sunday, 3rd of August at 18:30. 15:30. I think it's a normal DSTV channel 144, I think, that will be announced there. So, yeah, so it's thumbs up for Rehbold and see whether the prayers of the community and the voting of the community will assist in let Rehbold shine when it comes to that one. I think, Your Worship, that is all from my side. I already indicated most that the absence of the staff members that are not here, the HODs and so on, are the training with the IPSAS and the discrepancies on the current financial statements that needs to be addressed, currently up to Thursday.
Thank you, CEO. CEO, I believe that our office, together with your office, must just communicate on what Councillor Mara's concern was on the what's in the house, the winners, if Rebaf becomes a winner of Kwela, the facilitation of the prize, the award, it will be awarded, so that we can just know how this will be managed and how it will be then incorporated to the benefit of the community regarding the prize, the award, the prize money. Just if your office can just follow up on that one with the Kwela committee or so that we can just get feedback and then can get a plan of action what will happen. After that said, the next point, CEO, that I want to bring to your attention is there was a disturbing letter. I will not say the letter is disturbed. I will just say that letter disturbed the community and regarding the reuse pathing, and I believe you mentioned it to me on Thursday. You called me on Thursday regarding it, and I gave the CEO direction to say first, before I give any information to the councillors, I need the proper context of this letter, and the CEO must first get all the relevant ministries in order for the CEO to conduct for me a report so that the portfolio councillor and the PR function can then come and then give, so that we can give the portfolio councillor and the council in itself the right information in order for that information to be shared with the community. But I believe that this must be dealt with, how can I say, high care, because we have to listen to when there's a need arising in the community, but as well as we also have to look at the need of our community as councillors. So with that said, I am still waiting for the CEO to respond to me regarding the letter. I haven't received the letter myself yet. I haven't gone through the letter myself yet. I just gave the delegation to the CEO to get proper information before discussing that matter with the community or the media regarding what's going to happen. With that, I will also give over. Councillor Jackie just informed me also that he wants to say something regarding the letter. Councillor J.
Thank you, His Worship. There is a lot of information that we need to give through from the side of the councillors. We will give feedback on our activities in terms of ongoing programs that we are having at the council. Just before that, maybe we should explain our processes and procedures to the public also, so that the public can know who to approach when there are questions in terms of the council itself. Now, there are two areas of public engagement. The first one is that we should engage with the public relations office. If it is administrative task or administrative issues, you can engage with the public relations officer in the CEO's office. And if we have to ask for information on council issues and councillor issues, I'm designated that role to answer. But basically, when there are questions posted on social media in terms of certain things that we need as councillors to answer on, we will not engage. The councillors is not at liberty to engage. The only person that can engage is the mayor, because he is the head of the political head of the council. He can engage without consulting any other councillor. But when you are asking and taking the councillors on issues, then it means if it is not the mayor, the public relations councillor that is assigned must answer. But the public relations councillor, which is now me, will not engage on social media. I will have to set up and consult with the public relations office, and then we will formulate an official response on a certain issue. Usually we are responding on issues in the OCMs on the slot. the public relations office, together with the portfolio councillor, will respond on pertinent issues that are recurring on social media. We'll address them in this slot. And therefore, the community is always asked to be patient. If need be, and if it is of any urgency, the public relations office will organize a media briefing for the community. And we are also still on our last meetings engagements that would come soon with the community. So the council is transparent. The council will never conceal information that they know to the community. But the council has procedures. So if you take me on an issue that you hear from unofficial sources on the social media, we as councillors are not supposed to engage you there. We have formal issues and procedures where the portfolio councillor together with the PR department will sit and formulate proper official response on issues. So therefore, if the councillors are not responding to you on social media, then please bear in mind that it is not out of disrespect or disregard, but it is in order to follow the procedure. Now, when you call one of the councillors, that is allowed. You can call the councillor and then you can engage and they can maybe talk to you. But on social media, they will not be able to engage you. We will not be able to engage you. The mayor is having the liberty to say if he feels so. But we have procedures. So that is an explanation that we want to give. It's not censoring, but it is just procedures that any institution is having. Therefore, I wanted to clear that one with the council, with the community members. And then on certain issues such as the electrical department has been up and about in town. They have illuminated the town. And you would see that the more suburbs are having more light or brighter lights, more bulbs were replaced, and the council is really hard at work to, because it was coming out of your concerns and your complaints on social media. So it's not as if we don't regard your complaints there. We are addressing them, and you could see the changes. And we are also grateful for those feedback that we receive from the public on social media that says that they are happy that there are lights. It's a continuous process. Those that we did not reach, those areas that we did not reach, we are on our way. Unfortunately, we are partnering with other institutions such as Senoret, and we are sharing their resources. So we might be, it might take time, but we are working on that. The other part is we have signed a memorandum of understanding with two institutions for now. That is now Lingua. We have also, they are eager to start next year as was already announced. We have also put up an action plan with them, which will guide us to when to put in with what steps. And the other one we signed with the town of Lutrix, basically because Lutrix is a hub of oil and gas, but they have so many things to learn from us, and we have so many areas where our residents can benefit from it. So that memorandum of understanding is signed. Our junior council was recently returned from Swakopmund, where they were actively learning from their counterparts at the Swakopmund Junior Council. It was quite a good experience, and they have learned so far, and I think they are about to have their own meetings. They are going to start with their own meetings, and we are also engaging and inviting the community to come and see how the junior leaders are propelling their agendas for the town and the young people of the town. Then also on Rio Spa, there's been so many things going on social media. Now, we as the council have decided that we are not privy to information as well. Most of the information, as was alluded by the mayor, we received a letter, but we were not familiar in such a way that we can deal with it in public spaces. Therefore, we have engaged many other senior officials in the government, and we are engaging them and actively now, and we are propelling the sentiments of the community in terms of how much they have put into the Rio Spa. We are propelling those sentiments to the highest officers in the country, and at this stage, we are in what the community of Rehbof needs to know is to become, and to take note that the Rehbof Town Council has the same sentiments that they are sharing, and then we are sharing the same sentiments about Riospa, and we are engaged in high-level discussions with either the ministries and the regional governor, as well as many higher officers. So our response officially from the Rehbof Town Council is that please be patient and be calm. We are engaging as your elected leaders. We are engaging with the different respective officers and ministries for now, and we will formally come back. If need be, we will have a press conference where we will, if we have all the information, that we will share with the community what is the outcome on the topic of Riospa. So for now, we are asking nicely, and our community, we do share your sentiments, and we will propel them to throughout our consultations with the various ministries. Please be patient, and we'll come back to you. So that is for me the announcement. If there are any other announcements, we will, and if it's depending on the urgency, we will engage with you. Thank you, His Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Jackie, for that brief feedback and a report that you just read through. Well noted, and it is so that we are working and we are transparent, but we have to follow procedures, unfortunately or fortunately, because it just brings order. I like to say this in Afrikaans to the community regarding the social media platform, dat ons hoor baie kere wat julle skryf op Facebook, en dit is vir ons lees dit. En die rede hoekom ons nie wil daarop antwoorde gee nie, is omdat hierdie gemeenskap is so groot en so breed, en almal het die reg om hulle sy eie sê te sê. Ja, dit is 'n persoon se reg om sy view te gee. En dit maak dit baie moeilik vir councillors om daarop eintlik te antwoord, omdat jy mag reg antwoord vir 1 persoon, of vir 5 persone, of vir 10 persone, maar dan antwoord jy weer verkeerd vir 100 mense. En dit is hoekom ons nie dit wil daar ons antwoorde gee nie. En dit is hoekom ek al die councillors vra om nie daarop op die social media platform antwoorde gee nie, maar liewerster laat die councillors saam sit en dit bespreek, sodat ons dit kan deurgee na die PRO en na die relevante portfolio councillor Jackie, om dit dan so te hanteer. Nee, dit wil ek ook sê, dat ons kry redelik, onthou, ons word baie gekyk, as veral nou wat kwelle van die dorp op ons, alle aandag is daarop gerig, en voor dit ook, dat omdat Rehbof so na in Windhoek geleë is, en baie mense kyk na ons dorp, en lees ons bladsy, Facebook berigte, is dit baie noodsaaklik, dat ons baie waaksaam en nigter is, wanneer ons goed daar praat. Want investors, hulle kyk na om in ons dorp te belê, maar hulle kyk ook na die gemeenskap en hoe ons dinge sê. En dit is hoekom dit so belangrik is, dat 'n mens moet ook waaksaam en nigter wees, en wys in die dag en lê wanneer ons op social media sekere dinge net sê. En ek vra vir julle, dat ons kan en ons sal, en ons wil graag hierdie dorp in die hoër hoogtes vat as 'n councillor, maar julle moet ook verstaan, dit vat nie net 5 jaar, dit vat meer as 5 jaar om werk te doen in 'n dorp, en dit vat jare om 'n gemeenskap te bou. Dit vat baie om te doen wat ons kon gedoen het. Dit wat ons sover gedoen het hierdie council saam met die administrasie, hulle se uiterste beste geprobeer, en julle kan sien dat daar is verandering. So wees dit geduldig, soos Councillor Jackie al klaar gevra het, soos die councillors ook vra, kom ons is dit geduldig, en ons help mekaar, en ons staan saam as 'n volk, as 'n dorp, en ons beweeg na die regte rigting toe. Dit is my pleidooi vanmôre by julle as gemeenskap. Met dit saam wil ek ook sê, baie dankie vir dat julle ook vir ons bid, en vir ons intree, sodat ons wyse besluite kan maak. Baie dankie, liewe gemeenskap, vir julle se bydrae, en selfs vir die wat betaal, hulle se rekening en goed op datum betaal, want net so met die inkomste wat ons kry, kan ons weer terugbelê in ons dorpe. With that said, we can move on now to the next point of the agenda, which is point number 6. interviews with deputations or persons summoned or request to attend the meeting of a council? I believe none. Apart from did we get any feedbacks on the presentations that was made previously? CEO?
Thank you, Worship. Yes, last week the Local Economic Development Committee sat with all the presentations, and they are now busy preparing submissions and reports to the next management and council meeting for consideration on those. For this council meeting, there was no prior arrangement for presentations that has to be conducted. So for this meeting, there was no other presentations yet. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you, CEO. So, Mr. CEO, I would like to ask or delegate from council side that this submissions was, this presentation stuff, the previous presentations was done last month. And from last month till today, it's a month ago. So let us please get feedback on the next council meeting, because we can't slow on these processes. We have to act fast on these processes of presentations and projects that must start in our town. So let your administration office, please, the technical office and the financial department and each and every department, please fast track on these issues, on these matters of presentations. Otherwise, if a presentation must wait 6 months in order for it to be executed, we're long gone forgot the information to make proper decisions as a council. So can we just fast track the processes, please, so that at least we can have a feedback on the way forward at next month's meeting, council meeting. Thank you, CEO. Number 7, petitions. We received a petition, but I see it's none.
That is why when the agenda was adopted, I put it up as an additional point to the
Okay.
agenda. So if I may, can I present the petition as it was forwarded to the office of the mayor? I need to read it.
Yeah?
Yes. Okay, this is a petition from House members or ERF members, almost 161 members or somewhat, because there was a lot. But what I will do, I will read the petition that was delivered by this office. It only indicates to whom it may concern. It was the date 30 June 2025. And I will just read it as it was narrated directly. What we want to know is if our houses burned down, how we will help ourselves if we don't have any water to bless our houses. It is not the first house burned down in our location, as we count is the 7th house whereby family members die. We are using candles for all these years. We stayed in darkness. Last night the fire brigade came without water in the tank. Now the question, how will we help each other if burning occurs in our location? The fire brigade is not even helping us. We are just having 2 taps in our location, but even not having water sometimes. We want water taps, electricity, and at least a police station to service, like a container where they can service us nearby. Since 2016, we are asking for help for this darkness and water problems, but we haven't got any answers. We are struggling like this. We are also human beings like you people. Sometimes we wonder where to go, because in the meetings we complain about water and electricity, and we got answers like, we are not known by the town council and the councillor, but we are asking. If it is time for vote, they know us. So why it is like that? With all your respect, we want answers in 3 due dates. We don't want to ask for more, so please assist us with water, electricity, and a police service. Make us also feel like one of you, because we vote for people. Thank you. Yours, Block 8 concerned members. There's spokespersons Joe Matthews Oveka and Erna Aces. I would also, I think the deputy mayor was the one who received the petition. He will probably also give a proper summary on how the petition was received and how the probably motivated the petitioners when they were here. So I so submit, Your Worship.
Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. As we've just listened to the concerns of the Block H people, which we call the Rooiden people, these are all facts. I will not say that we are not guilty, but they do need the necessary basics like water, sewage, electricity, as well as a satellite police station. The other concern was there about the fire brigade, which always come late, according to them. But what we've done a few weeks ago, we've acquired a second fire truck, which is a very compatible truck. So I believe that will no more happen again for the community of Rehoboth. And that's basically all. The people came that morning they were escorted by the police. We received the petition. I can see Councillor Jackie's hand is up there. Maybe he wants to add or ask questions. Petition was received by myself and was forwarded to the relative department to take it under scrutinizing and give some feedback to the community, which we promised them. I thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So this area that you are talking about at Block H or Rooiden, is it a formal area or informal area? Is that area been formalized or still informal?
No, Your Worship, most of the people are settled on proclaimed extensions.
Okay.
And it's informal housing that they were putting up, but these are proclaimed extensions, most of them. I can also, while I'm there, indicate that on the 3rd of March, or during the March meeting, it was also one of the questions raised by Honorable Councillor Mara on services at Block H and those areas that we were talking about. And these are also coming to light that it was indicated that NEC, or the Sheikh Dwellers Associations and the GIZs, all of them, is sort of, everybody is now in one place wanting to give services, and it makes somehow the issue a little bit more complicated. But this is one of the questions that was raised by Councillor Mara in the March meeting, where we also had to look at how are we going to present and how are we going to look at the issue of services in those areas. I'm of the understanding that there was already a planned survey that was done in terms of how we need to deliver services in those areas in Block H, where we said that residents would either be, especially in Block H, where it was indicated that those people that receive certificates and properties in Block H, some of them have not taken occupation as yet because there was no services. Now there is a possibility of even electrification or prepaid meter electrification to be conducted at those areas. But once you don't have any means or any structure there, it was somewhat difficult to indicate how many people is supposed to get it. Then also the issue of sewerage, water, the sewerage line. We can all remember how difficult it was in the past to work on those areas of Block H where the services that was put in, like the water network and the sewer network, especially the water network, could not be conducted to all the extensions as it's supposed to be. So it's a question of funding that we really have to reconsider and look how we are going to cater for these people, but they really need to be assisted when it comes to those things.
Thank you.
I would just like to, I'm trying to retrieve the questions that was raised by Councillor Mara to see how far did we went with it, but I will later on under the point discuss it then.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Seo. Councillor J.
His Worship, there are differences in that area. The particular area that was protesting or petitioning the council was the area at Rooiden. Now, we have formalized sort of extension 1 in Block H and 2, and we are busy with 3 and 4. Now, what needs to be clearly understood is that these areas are, as was said, proclaimed, but was encroached on. Our community must understand town planning processes are due in every town. And once we have town planning processes in place and we are planning how to bring the services, bulk services to the people, and there's encroachment on that area, then it then it stops or regress our progress. So those areas, the particular area that was petitioning the council is points that they need, which we also understand and will also provide very soon. Because we have to go and look at the area itself, and then we'll provide the standpipes. But when people are occupying a land, there is what we call permission to occupy that they need to get from the council at least. So those community members will be urged to come into the properties division, and we will make a survey of them and we will record them so that they can also be on the books of the council. And then we will work on what we are calling a permission to occupy. Now, a permission to occupy will be accompanied by maybe $100 per month until we formalize this area. So that $100, because you are occupying a space of the municipality, and we are providing basic services such as water, although it is not at your house, we are providing in the street or standpipe. So we need to get funds to bring services to you because of the occupation that you have. So those are the things that the public members should understand. This council did not also forget about them. This council partnered with various organizations so that we can provide or formalize them into such a space whereby we know there is a street going here, there should be a public open space, there should be shops, there should be health centers, there should be all those amenities that you need. So the council, although it is occupied not officially, we are providing the services. We are partnering with even the GIZ and the NEC to formalize these communities so that we can have them on formal books and give them title deed at the end of the day. So those processes are on. It's not as if there is nothing happening in that area. We are giving, although we did not distribute the plots, we are doing the services that we are doing there. Also, the other need, Councillor Mara has had a motion here in terms of the police station, and it was adopted by the council, and it is in place. We have identified the land, and we have, it was also given through in the State of the Region address by the governor that it will be the police, the commissioner is very eager and it will be built soon. So the council is already in plans of building that one. As was answered by the deputy mayor, we have also acquired a new fire truck that will respond immediately to the communities that might be affected by the fire disasters. So it will always be on standby, and the response time will be improved. We have also sharpened our skills of the firefighters with training in Windhoek, so they are trained and they are highly trained to respond to those things. So some of the issues most of the issues that was mentioned in the petition, the council is already actively working on addressing them. What needs to be done is that because people are remembered when we are voting and when we are campaigning. That is a normal thing. But one needs to understand, because you are voting, that's your responsibility as a citizen of this country. And when people approach you to vote for whichever political party, you must also know that you are in a jurisdiction of a town council with procedures and rules. And we will not come to you and say, vote for me, we'll put in water and we'll build you brick houses today. Because you must know the promises that the political parties make must be reasonable for you to understand. When we go and make a promise, you must also be thinking, will they provide? But it is your obligation to vote. And it is the obligation of different various political parties to campaign in your area. So that it should not be a thing that that the community members must petition the council with. The council is addressing these issues. The problem is when people occupy land that was planned for something else. It makes it difficult, because the planning was already there. Now the land is occupied, and now we have to provide services, which means the financial replanning must take place, be it town planning, be it financial budgeting. So those are the issues that we need to consider. The bulk services, the water, we are saying we will always be able to provide more. What is that? Standpipes. Sewerage lines are already there. We can connect, but the formalization process must take place through our partners, GIZ and NEC, so that we know this is a street where you are sitting, and this is a public open space. And because that is the town, there's a requirement for every town to abide by. So those things might be addressed, and we are coming with public meetings to you, so we can address, because the problems of different areas are unique to that area, and we will address them in that sequence.
Thank you, Councillor Jackie, for that information. Quite long. I believe, that council will give feedback to the members of the petition, to that certain area. We just have to take cognizance of the fact there's also other areas that must also get first priority that was there before, and it also needs certain services that we have to provide first to other areas and other residents also. But it is so that we have to we are working on a budget, and on a zero-based budget. I have to say that actually we are working on a zero-based budget. So if people come and do payments, that's how we create a budget with what we have, what we earn as a council, and then we can provide certain services. But we have listened to your complaints, and it is noted, and we will work very hard on to provide services. Just be patient with the services, because we also need income in order to fulfill. I don't want to give a promise, but I know the council, together with the administration, we will look into people's needs, and what is the first need that we will provide to this community and to the rest of the town of Rehoboth. With that said, we can move then on over then to point number 8, which is the motions of members. Any motions, announcements of motions? Is there previous motions that was handed in? DM?
Thanks, Your Honor. I hereby give notice to table.
Your worship. You said your honor.
Oh, Your Worship, my apologies. You know, I got so confused because I'm listening to these
It's Cassandra's job.
court cases every week and every day. I intend to give notice today for a motion for the next OCM. It will be on the 25th of August, 2025. I thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. He gave notice on a motion that he wanted to submit on next month meeting, OCM meeting. A motion regarding on what? You have to have a heading for your motion.
The heading will be to determine the capacity and the monetary value of the monthly production of the ore minerals of the Africa Waksha mine situated at Rehoboth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, DM. So with that also said, I just want to urge you also on the previous motions that was already been accepted by me as the mayor, and I want also to have feedback on the next month meeting regarding how far these motions and what is the procedures of all the motions so far. Can we perhaps then get the circular, decision circular for all these motions and also outstanding resolutions, please, within this month, so that we can work as a council through those motions, set out a date and a time to work through them, and give relevant feedback on it's quite a lot, so we will need a certain time and go through it, because there's also certain areas where I saw that a lot of land was given to some investors to start certain projects which never it never happened. They never came back to the council, even though the council gave them 1 hectares or 2 hectares or 4 hectares, so that we can reverse that, so that we can start with and give it out to people that really needs it. So we have to make big decisions at next month OCA meeting. Councillor Jackie?
I would also like to give notice for the motion in terms of the plots next to the One-Up River. Those plots are used for, some of them are occupied, some of them are not occupied, some of them are paid for, some of them are not, there's no rent being paid. Some of them, the intention for the application was something different, and then, so in the meantime, while we are at that, I would also like the legal officer to review all the plots, contracts, and so that we can, when the motion is officially handed over, look at how we can correct that issue.
Thank you, Councillor Jackie Vialet. It's true. We have to look into all these matters. Councillors, are you okay? No motions? So I can continue with the next point. Then we go over to point 9. Answers to questions of members of which notice was given. Councillor Mara. And CEO after Councillor Mara.
Thank you. The Honourable Chairperson, our Mayor, in our last OCM, requested or instructed the administration to give answers on my questions from the community within 5 days by email. I just want to bring under the attention of the chairperson that I never received the email. I thank you.
CEO, just to come back on that one that Councillor Mara just mentioned, it's really not acceptable, not at all, because it looks like we don't have any authority as a council when certain delegations and certain information are being shared with your office, and therefore, because I can't actually we have to discuss here to you, and you have to delegate it to the rest of the administration. So that therefore you will be in the hot seats always at council. For me, it's unacceptable, because if we give certain information and we want certain things tasked to be handled, and when it comes to the community, a councillor must not look like she's lying or she is lying to the community. The fact that we are here is to manage, to listen to the community and also listen to the administration and come up with a amicable solution between the administration, between the council and the community to bring proper service to the community. And for the community to do their payments to the council in order for the council to execute their position successfully, but also for the community to benefit from these executions on projects and needs of the community. But if the councillor asked and I gave 5 days and you accepted it as the CEO, and after 5 days, even after a month, it's not been done, what explanation must we give as councillors to the community? It looks very disrespectful, honestly. I'll give a chance to you, CEO, to give your feedback to Councillor Mara regarding her questions.
Thank you, Worship. Yes, I totally agree because we said within a limited period of time in the 5 days, and that was part of the decision circular that was sent out to the various departments to look into it and to come back. And yes, unfortunately, during our workload and during our work schedules, we tried. I'm not making any excuses, Your Worship. I'm just saying that, yes, in fact, there was no feedback from the departments. My office had to go about and do the same feedback on our own and look at how the problem can be resolved and so on. And amicably tried and always reminded on our groups, because we also have these WhatsApp groups of departments, and reminded them to send in this information and send in the way forward on these questions and answers. So if I can be accorded the time only for today before the end of working day, the answers will be with Councillor Mara. But in future, we'll definitely make sure that these things are not going to happen again, because we have been struggling. We even probably in the past, we submitted memo reports where a lot of memos were submitted to various departments to come back with feedbacks on issues. That has improved significantly. The decision circular was also an issue where you will notice on the agenda there's a decision circular report where we would like to know how far the processes is in terms of resolutions that was made. There is still a hassle. There is still a 40-50% chance of getting feedback from everybody in terms of what needs to be done. But there is not an excuse, and I really accept the reprimanding as it is there, Your Worship.
Mr. CEO, I'll give you time until, because we are in the OCA meeting today, I'll give you time until tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Councillor Mara, what time are you coming back from work at home? 7 o'clock, fine by you? That's your resting time, eh? Okay, until tomorrow, 7 o'clock. And then if it's not been submitted, Councillor Mara, just inform me if you didn't receive your information, so that we can then handle it then from that processes onwards, because it's really unacceptable. We have to act accordingly. We have to work together as a team. And from a team side, I want to see us working and progressing as a council in whole to the community and to the answers. Even though how difficult the answer may be, how easy the answer may be, but we have to answer the community members when they ask certain questions and certain information when they need it. With that said, then I will move over then to point number 10. Report of Management Committee referred to in section 26, subsection 1, paragraph E of the Act, none. 11, recommendation of the Management Committee, Office of the Mayor. And then 11.2, Office of the Chief Executive Officer. 11.3, Department of Finance. And 11.4, Department of Corporate Affairs and Human Resources Development. And then 11.5, Department of Infrastructure, Town Planning and Technical Services. We will start with 11.5.1. Submission for purchase of portion of Rehoboth Town and Town Land number 302. I will immediately give over then to the Vice Chairperson, Management. I believe at this stage, because we started with the official points, resolutions of this council, I believe that we will now just declare that Councillor Joey will be absent in today's council meeting. I haven't heard any feedback regarding her. Perhaps the Vice Chairperson got any information, if she can just share. Nothing. So then we will just go back to the absentees and just there then note that she will be absent for the day due to certain crises at home, which I will not explain now, but the council is well aware of it. Vice Chairperson of the Management Council.
Thank you, Your Worship. It is 11.5.1, submission for the purchase of a portion of Rebo Town and Townlands number 302. I will only write the introduction or the background. An application was received from Ms. Magana Victoria Peterson on behalf of Eagle Star Rescame CC for the purchase of a 5-hectare portion of land at a cost of $60,000.
Councillor, it's per hectare. The number 2 reads that the land be sold at a purchase price of 60,000
$1,000 per hectare
per hectare
for Taurus purposes after presentation that was done before council on the April 2025. Management committee recommendation that council sell by way of private treaty the 5-hectare portion of land to Eagle Star Rescamp CC. Eagle Star.
Councillor, Vice Chair, can I assist with the reading because it's 6 hectare? Is yours showing 5 hectare?
Het gesê 6 hectare.
Yeah, on our recommendation says 6. That the council shall by the way of private treaty of 6-hectare portions of land of Eagle Star Rescame CC. 6 hectare.
Number 2, that the land be sold at a purchase price of 60,000 per hectare. The total amount is in 360,000 as per the gazetted price for agriculture or tourism use. That the applicant settles the outstanding municipal account with Rebo Town Council in full before the finalization of the application. Number 4, that applicants pay a 33%, that is 180,800 deposit of the purchase price before ministerial approval is so. Number 5, that the full outstanding amount be paid within 60 calendar days after ministerial approval is granted. Failure, the council will revoke its decision and the applicant will forfeit the 33% deposit paid. Number 6, the sale be subject to advertisement for objection. Number 7, the sale be subject to the obtaining of ministerial approval. Number 8, the standard condition of sale and transfer shall remain in force. Number 9, all costs incidental to the sale, transfer, and municipal services, including network contribution charges, be borne by the beneficiary. Number 10, that the property is not alienated to a third party within 20 years. Number 11, that the rezoning and cadastral process be completed according to the Urban and the Regional Planning Act 2018, Act number 5 of 2018 and regulation as prescribed. Number 12, that the property should be rezoned to agriculture with consent to operate a tourist establishment as a land use, and all town planning requirements be at the cost of the applicant. Number 13, that the applicant be responsible for any additional charges on electricity network contribution that might be brought about as a result of the rezoning. Refer to council.
Thank you, Chairperson. Councillors, Councillor Mara.
Honorable Mayor, I need to know, maybe on the screen, where exactly is this 6 hectare? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Max. Through the CEO, Mr. Max, do you perhaps know about where the area is located? on the property?
Morning, Honorable Mayor. Yes, I do know where the area is located.
Is there a map that we can perhaps show the councillors, or is there something wrong with the,
I think the
screen?
map was attached to the submission. It's not clear.
Can you just explain then plus minus where the area is?
Plus minus, I could say the area is next to Living Waters.
Okay.
Three Sisters, just next to it.
All right, Councillor Jackie, if Councillor Mara is done.
It's not in the area of where we are envisaging the agricultural plots.
No.
No. Now, why I'm asking this question is because if people, individual, private way of what do you call that thing? Private 3D, that thing is in place. And someone comes with a proposal, every time we give land, we sell it. And that later, will it not influence on the acquiring of that land? Why is it taking so long for a council to proclaim these agricultural plots so that we can start with that? So if I have the means, I can now identify any land and buy that while waiting for these things. That's my question and concern. In terms of if I have the means, so later it will be only people that have the means to buy that will acquire the land, while the others are waiting for the agricultural plots. Why is it taking so long? When are we going to provide the agricultural plots to the people? It's not applicable on this, but I'm just concerned in this regard.
Yes, Councillor Jackie, just to add, my concern is that the way we must plan a town, it will look very dear mekaar. Here's a lodge, there's an agriculture thing, there's again something else, a guest house, then there's while the agricultural plots was actually allocated 44 of them already on the other side, so that we can bring other development, because we have to plan accordingly on the proper structures of a town planning purposes, so that we can then allocate this. Because I would have said, if this area of the 44 was done, this person could have just bought a 5 hectare or 6 hectare that side. But now the person is buying on the left-hand side, which is currently on the line whereby people are actually putting on entertainment or recreational things. So now it becomes a bit, because if you take agriculture next to recreation, you will get a problem actually on health issues, because these people are using pesticides in water lines, and next to it is then there's something else again. So all this must be taken accordingly well and then planned well. So I would say the area that this person is choosing for agricultural purposes, then, is it a correct? Is it recreation? Oh, there's then agriculture as well. That's why I'm referring to agriculture purpose. Councillor Jackie, you may come in.
His Worship, I'm just concerned. It's not on this application,
Yeah.
but I'm just concerned in terms of I want to buy land now. I have the means. How do I identify where is the land, and how is this information accessible to the other public members? How is it that or should I just suit public members just go to the area and decide I want to buy this area? That is a concern for me, because who's getting the information and who is not getting the information? And there is the part where agriculture is at play, so that one I don't know. But the properties and the town planning must please come together with us and inform us this is where land is available, so that it can be open to the whole public, so that those that have the means can buy, and those that is waiting for the town land, the agricultural plots that will never come. I don't know, it will never come. And those of the resolutions that we took in the first or the second year, I remember the current mayor motioning the council on that one. But those things are not worked on. And the person, we are trying, and it should be understood, there is a huge interest in the agricultural plots. And it should also, it should go out to the public that the option to buy is empowering our own residents. most of the inquiries that are coming from, for the agricultural plots are coming from outside Rehbof. And it should be quite understood by the public that we are actually trying to empower our people in Rehbof to be able to produce their own food. So the priority and the initial intention of these agricultural plots is for the residents of Rehbof. And afterwards, when there's some left, and especially also for the youth, and if there's some left, we will look at other people. But the intention is Rehbof, the residents, it should be clear. It should not be vacancy word for someone that is staying in Windhoek and have the means, because that's why the pricing was also talked through and consulted and lowered. It should not be for someone that is staying in Rehbof in a Windhoek with a big house and wants a plot here, while our own people doesn't have any space. So that should be understood. And what I'm asking Mr. Marx is, who and how do I know if I want to buy a piece of land? How do I know where the land is? And how do some people know and how do others not know?
Yes. CEO, can we perhaps, through your office, have a guidance to the property, town lands and town planning to work together as the unit, because it's so that there's misinformation or perhaps the communication between these three departments, there's a lack of communication, because it must actually not be so. The fact that the people, we must already plan beforehand, and plan already because we know that green hydrogen is coming, and therefore we have to plan already 10 years in advance from now, 5 years in advance from now, meaning that agriculture will be a main hub for our town in our region, because we have the water and we have the land. Therefore, we have to plan already more than the 44 areas at different areas, and earmark already an area whereby this facilities, recreation and agriculture will be the main, our main signature, if I can say that, is a town, because that is the way we want to go into. And grazing as well. So this is the area, because we must bring in food supply. And food supply is quite a very big market in Namibia. So we have to explore these type of markets so that we can show governance, good governance from leadership within the council, to show that we care for people. And therefore, we have to plan this. So can your office, Mr. CEO, can through your office, please write a letter to the relevant departments like the townland, the property, and the town planning to plan proper planning already in areas, and discuss it with councillors so that we can have an input, and then we can give certain direction on what to do on those areas. Even for manufacturers, because we have to start. 10 years, I don't want to see Rehbof the way we are seeing it now. 10 years, there must be manufacturers. Our own hub for vegetables, our own hub for fruits, our own hub for meat production. We are very glad for the abattoir, but we want something big for us as well, for our community as well. Councillor Mara?
Thank you, Your Worship. I would like to also, on sale of property, and ask one question in general, but I want this to be minuted for our next meeting. I would like to refer to one point that is always in our resolution on all the sales of property, which is that the applicants pay a 33% deposit of the purchase price before the ministerial approval is granted, and that the full outstanding, that's actually my point here, that the full outstanding amount be paid within 60 calendar days after the ministerial approval. And failure, the council will revoke the decision. My question, dear Honourable Chairperson, I would like the CEO with the Properties Division to provide this council in our next meeting, you know, all the land sales with the resolutions, so that we can see who paid in the 60 calendar days. Because I'm afraid, Mr. Max, that since we started, there is, you know, sales. And if we look at the 60-day that we will revoke, that those things are not in place. And people are with land that is not being paid. So can we, I hope you understand my request, and I want this to be on the minutes so that we can look into this matter. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So going back to the question on the resolution that is at hand, councillors, any input on the resolution that we have on hand? Must we approve the allocation area as it is? Can I have a proposal? Councillor Jackie? She can propose, but then you can still give comment because there's nothing seconded yet. Councillor J, refrain. And please put on your mic.
Must I put on my mic, His Worship?
Yes, please, Councillor
What must I say now?
Why you raise your hand?
I raise my hand to say I propose.
Okay. And then Councillor Lalani seconded. Then we move on to our next point on the agenda.
Let me help you.
Yes, you may, Vice Chair.
11.5.2 submission for allocation of various urban to beneficiaries. Background, council has identified several various council-owned properties in Block E, Extension 7, that it would like to alienate by way of private treaty to beneficiaries that had presented copies of the mini certificates that were duly issued during 2020. In the same vein, an allocation would be made towards a war veteran who was recently evicted from the residence he has been living on for more than 30 years. Now the details of the oven, F number 2486, location E, Block E, Extension 7. The size is 368 square meters. The zoning is residential and the price is $30,912. Then the next F is 2485, Block E, Extension 7. The same size, 368, and the price is also the same, $30,912. Then F 2484, also Block E, Extension 7, the same amount, the same size. F number 2495, also Block E, Extension 7. The size differ now, it is 350 square meters, and the price is $29,400. The last F is 2496, Block E, Extension 7. It is the same size as the previous first three, is 368 square meters, with a price of $30,912.
Thank you. Sorry, Honorable Vice Chair. I can only see the recommendation of administration, but I don't see a recommendation of management. Is there a recommendation of management here? Because it was not at MC. Was it at MC? So the administration management must just be amended to say management committee. purchase. Okay. Councillors, can we then just rectify it on the agenda? Councillor Jackie?
His Worship, this is things that it's troubling me. The reason is this extension 7 urban was allocated already, I think, when the governor was here or the Prime Minister was here. These are part of some of them urban that are part of it. Now, at that time, and that is why it is important that we have the information, institutional information, when we are dealing with that. Because I'm assuring you, these are not the only people that have that certificate thing in their possession. There are a lot. So when properties deal with submissions of such, they must deal with the whole people that are in that extension 7. They should not bring 5 people because they are constantly coming to inquire about the urban. But it should be the whole part that was dealt with at that moment, at that time. And that's why I always, we are not interfering as councillors, but we have portfolios as is allocated to us. And we also know the institutional memory of these things, how it comes to be. And therefore, when submissions are, let us discuss in the portfolio, come bring me the thing so that I can share with you what I know on the issue before it becomes a submission and sent to the OCM or the MC or the administration, so that we can discuss. Because now, when we are dealing with these four urban, there will be another 4. And then the question would be, how did we come to these 4 or 5? And in fact, in this submission, there is one person's name that is a veteran that was allocated maybe 10 years ago. The Ministry of Veteran Affairs wanted to build him a house, but the town council did not provide a plot. So the person is not benefiting, and now the person is maybe next to 90 years old. And that should be a donation in itself. And the other urban, because of the initial agreement, should not be on a purchase price. It should be $5,000 that was already agreed on that time. Now, all of a sudden, it becomes $32,000 and $30,000, and it is mixed with the donation of one person. That's why there is a purchase and a donation. One of the urban, I don't know the name, I think it's the oldest person, Kamatu of Kamuntu. That is a donation.
Okay. Councillor Chicken, can we do as such? I'm in agreement with with the information that you just gave us. Rather giving groups, let us go back to the drawing board. Go back, inquire all people who received the certificates, have a meeting with them, and then we can bring that to the table. But for the veteran, perhaps one of this urban, if council allow, we can already give one of the veteran one of this urban on the resolution to say on the amount of donation. 2484. Can we then donate that one? Can we get a resolution then to donate that one for now? And then we go back to the drawing board and get all the information on the others. Because if we are starting just with 5 people and every time there must come a resolution, and when we don't have area or space, this will become a problem. Then we already started by giving people erven. Councillor Jackie?
His Worship, these are people that frequent the office. Maybe I should yield first to Mark so that I can hear what he's saying, and then I will give my view.
Yes, the people are coming frequently to Max.
Yeah, maybe that is just my observation, but Max can maybe better explain before I can give mine.
Okay, Mr. Max.
Honorable Mayor, it's quite a good point that is being raised by the council, that we had an opportunity in the beginning where we placed a notice. That was late last year, already actually around about June, July, where we requested everybody who was issued with his mini certificate to come forth. We had a deadline, and I think in the first round only 7 or 8 people did come up. And the issue is that Extension 7 was then, one part of it was allocated to NHE, the 100 Evans that was given to NHE, where they would like to start building houses very soon. And the remaining part, it's where that we have allocated to the people that came forth was the certificates. The only problem that we are foreseeing is that whenever we call people, they don't show up. They only go and learn from the others that they have been allocated already these events. I mean, the other people that came in have been allocated. So they're actually coming in on a snail space. Yeah.
I would rather suggest councillors still to remain, because sometimes when people, they didn't get a notice for the first time, but this time around then they're hearing that there was attention given, now people are coming. I believe we can still handle this matter in next month, because it's still going to be, the recommendation will be changed and everything. So the people will still, then you can still send out another notice so that you can get more people. If by this month you are getting at a certain area of the certain date, you don't get the feedback that you wanted, then we can table it again. Because I don't want for people to be left out, because there's different circumstances why people sometimes cannot attend. Perhaps they went to the farm or certain places and they didn't get the information. Let us rather do it again, one more last time, and then we bring them to the table, because I don't want to start a precedent. We don't want to start a precedent where 5 people are getting or 4 people are getting an Erwin, and then afterwards 10 people are coming, and then we don't have an area to provide for them. Unless you are telling us as property there is a backup or there is extra available so that we can accept these 5 or 4 people. And if other applications are coming, this area is earmarked just for those people. If that is the case, then we can accept this, but then we have to work on the amounts that Councillor Jackie mentioned. Councillor Jackie?
His Worship, unfortunately or fortunately, I'll have to differ from you slightly in seeing that you are in the capacity of chairing this meeting. We are hearing your proposal, but mine is valid.
No, I'm not proposing, Councillor Jackie.
I hear your direction. His Worship, I think we should separate these things, because this, when you look at the certificate that was issued, it was issued for those people already in 2010, and it's very late. Now, my proposal is, now its direction was given by the mayor, but my proposal is that we give the 4 people that are there, we amend our recommendations to that effect, that it says in the council that we allocate these 4 people, because these urban have been earmarked and looked at by the property. That's why they have ERF numbers. So approve this. And for the ERF2, for the veteran, you will see in your supporting documents for that person, and it's very quite sad. In 2010 already, there was the Ministry of Veteran Affairs already wrote to the council, gave the certificate for approval for the house to be built for the veteran, and there was a letter in I think this one was the latest, but the council was already asked a long time ago to allocate that ERF so that this person, but the sad story was, as a land portfolio councillor, I was called to that house. That old man was chased out because he was staying with his friends in his friend's house, and when the friend died, the children chased him out, and currently he is at the backyard of not in a conducive environment. And I don't know if we, as soon as can we get that donation, and also the pricing. Max, I don't hear the explanation as to how you come to that pricing, because initially it was $5,000. So how did you come to that part? Because of the issuing of the certificates was done at that point, it was $5,000. And then now, because we did not provide the Erwin, we are now at $30,000. So I want the council to consider to stay with the initial price for the 4 beneficiaries and donate, or 5,000, and donate the other ERF to the veteran. That is my proposal. to be seconded or rejected.
Councillor J, if I just may come in there for advice purposes. If you are asking for the 5,000, and then afterwards they are paying the 5,000 and they move on and they are being allocated to that area and there's no services, they will ask for services, and that services will cost us again a certain amount of money. So if we can, this amount, what we normally said like previously, even after the land conference, if we come up with a certain price, that price must include at least a water line to that area. That's the first basic need, is water. So is the 5,000 enough to lay a lane of water to these areas? And does those areas have water supply and other services? Because we just have to take in cognizance also that we can give land cheaper on an ERF, but will we be able to supply services to that area because we haven't budgeted for it? Mr. Max?
Honorable Mayor, and councillors, the area that we are speaking about is serviced. There is water, and there is also a sewer line. The electricity is within the proximity of it, so it's just a matter of getting into the suburb itself. But there is electricity available. And secondly, I don't want to dispute what the Councillor Jackie is saying in terms of the donation or the 5,000. These events are being sold at the new gazetted price. That's why most of them are in the range of $30,000. So if we can keep to it, because the first 7 events that we allocated also were at the same range of price. So I don't know how it will now sound that you gave the other people are paying 30,000 and suddenly you are giving the same events, same area for 5,000 to the others.
His Worship, that's why I like to work with the PR officer. The reason, Mr. Max, is in my portfolio, we consult first. This information I was supposed to have, it was supposed to be between us because I'm working with lands. So whenever we are bringing submissions, let us meet with the portfolio councillors to submit so that we are on the same range. Okay. So for next submission, and I understand you clearly, we cannot, although we have already allocated everyone on the same price, we cannot lower this price now. So that information I did not have. Therefore, I would want to amend my proposal to say, as if I'm allowed by the chairperson.
Yes, you may.
Honorable Chairperson, I would like to say that these people be allocated the urban with the price that is already submitted to us for consideration, and that additional point comes that the veteran receive the ERF as a donation.
Yeah.
That is my proposal.
Thank you. Proposed by Councillor Jackie.
Sorry, His Worship. I want to add on your concern that in the meantime, that other people, because we are not going to handle 5 again, all the other people must, the council, together with the properties and the PR, must go out to the community and announce that all Extension 7 people with certificates must come forward so that we can deal with it once and for all. Yeah. Not 52255. That's why we are sitting with that. So I propose.
Thank you. Any secondment? Seconded by Councillor Amanda. Yes, I see there's a question. The minutes of the agenda, the current meeting, is available to the community, to the public. So it's available. The public can come in and ask for certain. Okay, is there a fee that they must pay for to get the agenda? Because I see they saying not everyone is having the privilege to watch the live stream, but people rather can come and pay a certain fee to get the agenda of the previous council meeting and every council meeting from now on, and even in the past as well. Then we move on then to Vice Chair 5.3.
Thank you, Your Worship.
I'm sorry, quickly,
11.5.3.
before you continue. Councillor Jackie, while we were at the point of this submission, councillors, water supply and the other one is electricity. Let us please look into the fact, rather to ask just 30,000, because I hear there is electricity nearby, why don't we ask people for the services supply rather than to sell the land? Why don't we look at what is the services costing? No, meaning you get your basic services, like you're getting cheaper electricity, that wat hangkrag, soos wat die Bahnhof is. En dan kry jy die waterlyn, die steenpipes. Why don't we look at into that matter as a cost? Because certain people, dit voel so leeg, 'n mens geen dit grond.
Bishop, I think those things are own connections. For instance, sewerage lines are nearby provided in that area. So the connection, if you have to come and apply it at the council. I understand what you're saying and how we can help, but that is a proclaimed area already with services. But what we want the people, we will sell the land because the land has its own price. So when we sell, we are expecting that the connection of electricity and sewerage.
Councillor, check on that one.
Yes.
You're purchasing the land for 30,000. Now you have to pay for the connection fee. Now you also have to pay for the connecting of electricity. How much will it end up?
Yeah, but it's standard practice in every town.
Yes, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Why don't we look at land price, not that expensive, in order to cater for the connection fees of electricity, water, and sewage rather?
Then we were supposed to discuss that in the budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
So
just
that we can
came
set
on
it.
this one because not everybody can afford, but there's certain areas that we can venture into for the ultra low people. With what you said at the land conference already, which there's already a document. Paying 30,000, reconnection of 20,000, 5,000. How will you pay? How will you get it? But yet we want also to have utility services of rights and taxes. Vice Chair, you may continue. Can we just take a break before we move on to the next point, because I can see the ladies are asking for a break. Can we just take a 10-minute break quickly? And then we'll resume just after the break. Thank you. 11.5.3 is a subdivision. MC? Recommendation?
11.5.3 and 11.5.4 is, both of them are subdivision. The one is of ERF B 1247 and the other one is Block A 646 Extension 1.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor. On the 11.5.4, there's additional. Is it one submission at 11.5.4?
This one,
It's only one.
submission.
Okay, let us first then submit 11.5.3 and then we discuss 11.5.4.
11.5.3 subdivision of F number B, Block B 1247 into portion A and the remainder. Management Committee recommend that Council approve the needs and the desirability
Sorry, Councillor.
for the sub.
That one is a normal subdivision, so normally we just propose on that one in this account because it's subdivision on the base on the areas. But 11.5.4 is also subdivision,
It's
but it's
a
also
subdivision.
but it's also a request from the regional chair from the regional councillor.
No, no, that is the other one.
Is it the other one? Under which point? That's what I'm asking. There's no point. Okay. So 11.5.3 and 11.5.4
It's together.
it's together, but where is the one of the regional chairperson? On the last one. But what is the point? It's 11.5.5.
There's no, it's only submission. Submission of sale of unserviced ERF to get council consideration decision for the sale and transfer of ERF number 690 or Anno Park, Block D proper. An application has been received from Honourable Councillor Harold James Cambrudi for the purchase of a residential ERF in Anno Park, Block D proper on a private treaty. ERF 619 has been identified as a possible allocation to the applicant.
Okay. Councillors, something is not adding up. 11.5.3 and 11.5.4. There's a rezoning, a subdivision. Where is the regional chairperson? Where is the councillor, Councillor Cambrudi's resolution fit into it?
There's no way. There's no.
It can't be in. There can't be two submission on one rezoning. Dora? Okay, then we exclude that one. 690. Then we exclude it until it goes back to MC. Okay. Yes.
Okay, and 11.5.5 is also a subdivision of ERF number C 246 into portion A and the remainder.
Okay.
So-
For that one, we can do the proposal and the secondments on the subdivision, but I just want to get it clear on record that the additional one must go back to administration. $690 must go back to administration, yes. Okay. And then can I have a proposal for the subdivisions?
It's three
Proposed by Councillor Lani. Subdivision is very clear. If they fall within the area of the density, then it's fine. Do you want to discuss it?
No.
Okay, can I have I already have a proposal. Can I have a secondment? Seconded by Councillor Jackie.
Okay.
Then we move over then to the next point.
Is 13 execution report?
Isn't
Decision
there another
circulars.
additional point that MC Chair, isn't there another additional that the CO made at 5.6? Okay, that one is in camera. Okay. Then we can go, but then we have, then we have point 13, eh?
Yeah.
Point 14 is execution report, decision circular of 2021 till 2025. Councillors, can we perhaps get a date on which date that we can then discuss this as a council together with the CEO? Next week, Monday is not possible because it's on the 4th of August and we have a delegation from the auditors. Tuesday, we are at City, at Name Water. Wednesday, we are at Name Power. Can we perhaps have it at the Monday the after? The 11th. The 11th of August. If possible, can we have it today? Then we discuss all the circular decisions on the day, from the morning time until we are done with most of them. 11th of August. All the circular decisions on the current situation in which we want to, then we will give direction perhaps, just for an example sake, we give direction for the administration to say they must look into this matter, or council must rescind certain ones that is not viable anymore because the people didn't come back or the investors didn't come back. It's reviewing our decisions that we made so far. It's quite a lot, so we will have a day or two. Councillor Jackie?
His Worship, I'm just scared. I understand you, but then I am scared that once we decided on that date and we cannot resolute and say bring it on, or maybe then we can push it to the next OCM. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I just want to do is, we can
No, I
read through
understand
it.
you.
Every councillor can go through it
Yeah.
and then just raise their points
Yeah.
on that Monday.
Yeah.
So that we can rescind or we can give advice, because certain things must be rescinded, because if you
So
go
that
through
we
it,
can
certain ones,
make a decision in the
Yes.
next OCM.
Yeah.
But before that, I want to say it is imperative, and it was also mentioned in the standing committee, that we don't have a strategic plan. And when we make decisions, it should align with our strategic plan, and also therefore financing should be made. So when we need to discuss that also on that day, when we have our strategic planning must also be in line with what the decisions that we have taken, and then there should be finance budgeting, make budgetary provisions made for it. So can that also be discussed in that meeting?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jackie. It's valid. What I just want is a date on what Councillor Jackie said, that we can meet and then discuss all these together with the strategic, so that we can align everything from 2021 till now on the strategic plan that we already had. So we have to align all of them. So what will be the ample time for councillors to go through this? I want a period on 2 weeks from now. Is that fine? I think 2 weeks is quite enough. Then we have, if we come to that day on that Monday, we discuss it. Then what we discuss there, we can either make it a special council meeting to discuss it, or we can just refer it to the next council then. Okay, extraordinary meeting. Yes, you?
If I may. The decision circular is coming now on, it's a 2021 to up to 2025 document. I would like to request the councillors to do it the same way like Councillor Mara and Councillor Venus Klassen and probably Councillor Amanda Groenewald, to study the document and raise the concerns through a regular mail to us, and to make notes before we come to that date. Because some of the resolutions have been executed, others are still outstanding, so that we can concentrate on those that are a bone of contention, in order to prepare ourselves. Once we come to that meeting, yes, we can have that consultative meeting for that one day, where we discuss the whole resolutions, and some of them would by that time be discussed already in terms of level of execution that was done. And once the councillor raised the concern by mail or whatever to us, put the whole resolution, the name of the resolution and everything with the concern, so that we can have, in order for us also to go back to admin and to make sure that we also know what we are talking about when we come there. Because as I'm saying, hopefully 40% of these resolutions have been executed, most of them have been rescinded, and we need just to come to that meeting to report then what has happened, what is the way forward. and so forth. Because if we only take that day, specific day, we will not be able to finish.
Councillor Jackie?
This workshop, I suggest that it should be a workshop that we have in the town, and then we take the yearly circulars per day. Per day, we look at Tuesday, we have 20 or 21's decisions, whatever, and then we take it for 4 days in the afternoons or wherever it might happen. Wherever we have, we should schedule it as a, because if we do it in one day, it will not work. It will not work. It's a lot of resolutions. So if we can look at it in the form of a working session, consultative session with the admin, the senior admin. I'm just looking at it, and it will not be in a one day because there is a lot of things that needs to be discussed. So what the CEO is saying in terms of we should now go and study the resolutions, and some of them will tick off because it was handled already, but some of them, those that are pertinent questions, we will have to also mail it beforehand to the CEO so that he can disseminate to the various HODs. And then we have that workshop where they will come ready to answer the questions, and then we'll also do the replan. If it is not achieved, what is the time space that we are giving now for it to be achieved?
My only concern is, I understand what the CEO is saying, and also Councillor Jackie is saying. My only concern is, CEO, if each councillor is giving an input through a mail, and our inputs differ, how will you manage it? Because my objective toward reading something in Councillor Jackie's objection might differ. So one might discard this information, but one might accept the information. So I would rather go then to say, let's discuss it on a workshop, like what Councillor Jackie said. Then we handle it through that, because it's very important. This is the report that we have to give to the community at the end of our tenure. This report is very, very, very important. This is DM.
Thank you, Your Honourable. I don't know. I've missed out something now. I was sitting, but anyway, can't we ask the two ladies to give us an indication of all those resolutions which is outstanding? Oh, you can Mr. Swai, can't they split it for us? Which has been done, which has been implemented, and the ones which is outstanding. I mean, then we will go quicker and faster through that process.
Thank you, DM. It's also valid. The thing is, for what we're trying to do is just to get because we have to give a report in the handover. And this is the best way to do it, through the workshop. So if the ladies can, through the CEO, if they can say, this is already in progress, and we can get, it's 30% or it's 100%, it's completed, this one is completed, then we have the report to say to the public, we completed this resolution. This one is currently still in progress. This one we disregarded due to the fact of A, B, C, D, what the information might be. So I agree there, but I will also agree with what Councillor Jackie said, you get a time for at least 2 to 3 days of a workshop, doing it that way. Councillor Mara?
2 to 3 days for me is, as you know, not possible unless we do it on a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday. Then we have full 4 days.
For me, I do not mind, because this is very important for me. I do not mind to sacrifice a weekend in order to do it, because we have to. It's a responsibility that we took in order to give a proper report to the community. I don't mind. We can discuss the dates, and then we can discuss the process, and then we can on our council group, and then we can communicate it to the CEO to say what days and how we can do it from Friday onwards. Yeah, say we're coming together at Friday 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, when everybody, Councillor Jackie said, school adjourned, Councillor Mara is in the area of all of us. We take a date in a weekend where all of us is together. I just want to be, I want some of the administration, also the relevant administration, also to be there.
Of course. It's 100 About 2 per page.
Yeah. So, can we take that one to say that the resolution that we will get a date and a time that we will communicate to the CEO? Can we get a resolution just to make it formal? To discuss it? A continuation of the extraordinary council? Not special workshop? Because we want it to be, the decisions that we are making there must be valid. Otherwise, we make the decision there, and then we take it to the council meeting, and if we take it to the council meeting, it will take another day just to discuss it again. Sio, you may?
Thank you, Worship. I was just wondering when the Worship mentioned about decision making, why would we want to go and make a decision on a decision that was already made in terms of a resolution? I think the purpose of this workshop or the meeting is to discuss the execution rate of the resolutions or the decisions that was already made. I'm just afraid then that council will go again and on an old resolution make another decision again, which might be contrary to what we have already done and what we are trying to do. I think the purpose of this whole exercise is to make sure that all the decisions that council took from 2021 up to now has been executed, and if there's any delays, we can discuss it there. And the reason why I'm saying that councils can go and do some homework and look at some of the decisions, and prior to the meeting, even send us some of the concerns. That is why I said, put up the resolution number, the title. So if it comes from Councillor Y, we put your concerns on the specific. Councillor X, your concerns, so that we can also have a chance to discuss it amongst ourselves. Sometimes your views might be the same. It might also differ, but it also give us a guiding tool in terms of what went wrong, where are we, and where some of the decisions were not even necessary to be discussed at the consolidated meeting will also be marked off. It doesn't say it will not be discussed or it will not be added on the program. It is on the program, but if all of us agreed this has been done 100%, we marked it off there. That is why I'm saying, no, if the mayor is talking about decisions that needs to be taken, I'm just afraid that we might come up with other multiple decisions on top of the resolutions already there. I think this workshop is only to rate the council in terms of how far the decisions has been made, how the execution rate of it, has it been done or not. I'm just afraid councillors will now, or council will just go now and rescind some decisions which has already been taken in 2021, and then will come another debate. Yes, Your Worship, we can have a special council meeting on that specific one point, and it will be valid for all the decisions saying that we accept our execution rate as it there, our plan, our strategic plan needs to be followed up now, and all these other contemporary measures needs to be taken into view.
Thank you, Sio. I think you didn't hear me exactly the way I explained myself. What I'm saying is, there is so many resolutions that we made and approvals that we gave, but people did not come on the land and did anything. So therefore, we have to make a decision to rescind. That's why I asked, can we make a decision there and then send it to the next council meeting, for example, if there must be a rescind. If we have to rescind, for example, if we have to rescind Kleiner Rio's decision, because we are coming now, there's a resolution made by Kleiner Rio, but nothing happened for 3 or 4 years, no development, nothing, no discussions, nothing. Then we have to rescind it, because then we can give this rescindment rather to our other developer or to our other company that can execute on this piece of land. That's what I'm trying to ask you. What is the basis of the workshop? It's fine, but we will come across certain things, and even if it's already in progress, but the administration are somehow struggling to give them, on top of the current resolution, an amendment to say continue or try this one, because the administration might come and say, but Mr. Rudolph might come and say, but this is not viable to do it this way, because we tried it this way, but we want to try it this another way. Then the council can give them a go ahead and say, okay, try that way. But we can first look at the workshop and the day itself, and then we can see how it occurs, and then we can make a decision to say how will we handle those cases. Is that fine? Councillor Mara?
Thank you, Your Worship. I think if we propose or recommend to this meeting maybe, based on the agenda point, that we have the workshop on Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. On the date we will still communicate. So the purpose of the workshop will be to look at the circular decisions, including the motions, including the one that I've raised, which is the sale of properties, all those 60 calendar days. So meaning we have 3 phases of which we need to concentrate on in order to get back to the council then, or to the administration with our inputs. But within the circular decisions, we really need to look at our budget and how we could maybe rank these things based on high priority so that action can take place on manageable decisions that we have made over the 4 to 5 years.
Can I get a proposal and secondment for that one? We will then discuss just the dates through then to the CEO and get the relevant dates and time, and even the way we will handle the workshop and the manner of the workshop being conducted. But for now, I think the only one that we can agree upon is approval for it to be planned for the date and to be executed. Councillor Jackie proposed, Councillor Mara seconded, and then we move over then to in camera, I believe. All right, thank you, gentlemen. We have a 5-minute break. Thank you, dear community members, for watching us. Just remember that you can get hold of the agenda of the confirmed minutes if at the council. There is a fee that you have to pay in order to get the documentation, but it's available to the community. Thank you.